Hello, welcome students. In the previous session, we have discussed fiber slicing and fiber connectors. In this session, we will discuss what is fiber couplers. This fiber coupler is a device that distributes light from a main fiber into one or more branch fibers. It transfer power transfer takes place either between one fiber to another fiber or one fiber to more branch fibers. If more branch fibers involved, we are calling it as multi-port fiber couplers. Why you require these couplers? Because we need to combine and divide and distribute optical signals. We are having the requirement of combining, dividing and distributing these optical signals. Where we are using this fiber coupler applications, it will be used in LAN, computer networks, telecommunications, etc. Next, we'll discuss what are the classification of optical fibers. Majorly, we are having two types of classification. First one is figure A, core interaction type. Second classification is surface interaction type. In core interaction type, what happens? This will be fiber 1, this will be fiber 2. Optical signal will be transferred from fiber 1 to fiber 2 or fiber 2 to fiber 1. Here, power transfer takes place through the fiber core cross section. So this indicates transferring the power, arrow mark indicates. So here what happens? Power transfer takes place through fiber core cross section by joining the or butting the fibers. So it is called as core interaction type. Coming to the second diagram, B. So here power transfer takes place through fiber surface normal to its axis. Fiber surface normal to its axis by how? By converting guided core modes to both cladding and refracted modes. Through surface, the power transfer takes place. That's why it is called as the surface interaction type. Next, we will discuss optical fiber coupler types and function. What are the types we are having in optical fiber couplers? So it is a passive device, already we know that. So we can observe in the figure A, it is 3-port coupler because we are having 3 ports, first port, second port and third port. Here also first port, second port and third port. So this is 3-port coupler. In 3A, so this diagram will be splitter, the input signal will be splitted here. So that's why it is called as splitter. Here the input power or optical signal will be combined, so it is called as 3-port combiner. This will be 3-port splitter. Coming to the diagram B, so the diagram B is same thing, it will be used for 4-port, port 1, port 2, port 3, port 4. This will be combiner, this will be splitter, this will be distributing. So 3-port and 4-port couplers are used for signal splitting, combining and distributing. So 3 and 4 port will be used for 3 major uses. One is signal splitting, signal combining and optical signal distributing. So this is 2 types. Next, the third type is figure C. So here we are calling it as star coupler. Star coupler are generally used for distributing single input power to multiple outputs. What is the use of this star coupler? Single input power is distributing to multiple output fibers. So we are having the type of star coupler will be n cross n, either 4 cross 4 or 8 cross 8 like that, or m cross n. That is input, number of inputs is different from number of outputs. For example, 2 cross 4 or 4 cross 8 like that. So here what happens, this is one input, this one input power will be distributed to all the number of outputs. For example, if you consider 4 cross 4, whatever the input power coming from input 1, it will be distributed to all the 4 ports. Second input, it will be distributed to all the 4 ports. Third input, it will be distributed to all the 4 ports. Fourth input, it will be distributed to all the 4 ports. So this is your star coupler. And figure D represents wavelength division multiplexing and demultiplexing. So WDM, wavelength division multiplexing, is designed to permit number of different peak wavelength optical signal. This is lambda 1 represents wavelength optical signal 1, lambda 2 represents wavelength optical signal 2. So what it does, it will permit to transfer all these fibers on a single fiber, parallelly on a single fiber. In this particular context, the different wavelengths optical signal are combined, different wavelength optical signals are combined and given to one fiber, given as one output fiber. So this we are calling it as wavelength multiplexer. Here one output, lambda 1 plus lambda 2, this is lambda 1 is wavelength optical signal 1, wavelength optical signal 2, it will be splitted. So when you are separating, we are calling it as demultiplexer. When you are combining, it is called as multiplexer. So we are having 4 types. One is 3-port couplers, splitter and combining. 4-port couplers, both splitting, combining and distributing. Star coupler, one input will be distributed to the number of n outputs, n cross n, or example m cross n. And the last case is wavelength multiplexer, if it is combining. If it is separating, we are calling it as a wavelength demultiplexers. So these are the optical fiber coupler types and functions. Next, same explanation we are given. You can go through that explanation. Next is what are the fabrication techniques used for 3-port couplers. We are having 2 methods. One is lateral offset method, figure A represents that. Second one is semi-transparent method. So in lateral offset method, here observe, this is fiber 1, this will be fiber 2, this will be fiber 3. So first port, second port, third port, so 3-port coupler. It relies on overlapping of the fiber end faces. How it is done? It is done with the overlapping of fiber end faces. So you can observe that this is fiber 1, this is fiber 2, fiber 3. This will be overlapped for fiber 1. You can observe in the dashed line, it will be overlapped. This light from input fiber is coupled to the output fiber according to the degree of overlap. How much degree it is overlapped? So the light will be coupled. That much light will be coupled. We can have well balanced power distribution by appropriately controlling amount of lateral offset between the fibers. By controlling the amount of lateral offset between the fibers, we can have appropriate power distribution. That means lateral means what? Lateral means element, axis. By controlling the axis of the fibers, we can have appropriate power distribution. Where it will be used? It will be suited for multi-mode fibers. What is the drawback of this lateral offset is all the input light signal cannot be coupled to output fibers. So that is one drawback we can have in lateral offset method. Second one is semi-transparent mirror method. So as the name indicates, what we are applying, mirror. So here what we are doing is there is a partially reflecting surface can be applied. So this is the partially reflecting surface that we are calling it as a semi-transparent mirror. This is port 1, this will be port 2, this will be port 3. Signal is coming from input port here. So we are applying partially reflecting surface can be applied at certain angle. You can assume at 45 degree, you can assume at 60 degree here, you can assume at 70 degree depending upon your applications, to form a thin film beam splitter. So this reflecting surface, what happens, it will form a beam splitter at some certain angle. The input power may be splitted in any desired ratio. You can split the power in any desired ratio between reflected, this is reflected, between reflected and transmitted beams. This is transmitted, this is reflected beams. I will say once again, the input power may be split into any desired ratio between reflected and transmitted beams. This is depend upon what are the properties of the mirror. That is, ratio is depend upon what are the properties of mirror. Here in semi-transparent method, so the excess loss is 1 to 2 dB. It is ranging from 1 to 2 dB. What is excess loss? The scattering loss through the coupler, the scattering loss through the coupler is oftenly referred as excess loss. The scattering loss through the fiber is referred as excess loss. It should be very much minimum. So for example, it should be 0.3, 0.4, 0.5. As minimum as it will be very good for optical fiber system, communication system. So these are the fabrication techniques we are using in couplers. Next, same explanation we are given. So you can go through the explanation for a lateral offset method, and for semi-transparent mirror method you can have the explanation. Next is structure and principle of fiber fused biconical taper coupler. So it is also called as FBT coupler. It is also called as FBT coupler. So here this is fiber 1. So it is 4 port. We are dealing with 4 ports. Port 1, port 2, port 3, port 4. This is fiber 1. It is also called as a main fiber. This is fiber 2, also called as a secondary fiber. This straight line we are calling it as higher order modes. The dashed line we are calling it as lower order modes. This part will be this part. This part will be core. This will be cladding part. So two fibers here are there. We are having 4 ports. Straight line will be higher order modes. Dashed line will be lower order modes. Fine. So this part we are calling it as input side. This part we are calling it as output side. So input side we are having port 1 and port 2. Output side we are having port 3 and port 4. So this is FBT coupler, fused biconical taper coupler. Now we will have the explanation. The fiber are generally twisted together. These two fibers are twisted together, then spot fused under tension such that the fused section is elongated to form a biconical taper structure. Biconical taper structure. So what we are doing is we are taking 2 fibers, we are twisting these 2 fibers together and spot fused under tension, so the structure becomes biconical structure. That's why it is called as a biconical taper. Since we are fusing, so the name fused biconical taper coupler. This is first point. Next, here what we are doing is, out of 4 port, a 3 port is formed by removing one of the input port. In this technique, what we are doing is, out of 4 port, 1 port we are removing. Which port we need to remove? Input side port we need to remove, and we need to make it as 3 port. In the above diagram, which port we are removed is second port we are not considering, first port we are considering. So we are having 4 port is making as 3 port. 1 will be input port, 3 will be output port, 4 will be output port. Port 2 is input, we are not considering because that is the technique we are using in FBT. Optical power launched in the input fiber. This is the arrow indicates we are launching the optical power. propagates in the form of guided core modes. It propagates in the form of guided core modes. You can observe it propagates in the form of guided core modes. Here, what happens? This is higher order modes. In the observation, observe. Dashed line indicates lower order modes. Lower order modes will remain in main fiber. It will not leave the main fiber. You can observe. Observe the higher order mode. Here what happens? Higher order mode, still they are transferring in main fiber, but also it will leave the main fiber and it will go to the secondary fiber. Observe here, it will go to the secondary fiber. Only higher order modes, dark straight line, not the dashed line. So higher order modes leaves the fiber core, because why it is leaving the fiber core? Because it is higher order mode. Since the fiber are twisted together, the size will be very small here. In this part, the size will be very small. That's why higher order mode will leave the main fiber and will go to the lower order mode. This modes is then called as guided as cladding modes. Higher order mode, which is leave the main fiber, that is considered as guided as cladding modes. Next. Only a portion of total power is coupled between two fibers. This is total power. Port 3 plus port 4, whatever the power is coming, that will be the total power. Only a portion of total power is coupled, because in port 4, usually in port 4 main fiber, we are getting more power. Why more power? You consider this is lower order mode dashed line. It is there in main fiber. Straight line, it is higher order mode, that is also there in main fiber. So more power is coming from port 4 output, less power is coming from port 3 output. This is port 3, only higher order mode it will be there. So portion of power, only small portion of power will be there in one fiber. In main fiber you are getting more power. Total port 3 plus port 4, whatever the output power you are getting, that will be the total power. So this is the explanation regarding to fused FBT coupler. Next, we'll discuss what are the losses regarding to this FBT. Same explanation we are given here. We can go through the explanation. Next, we'll discuss about what are the losses we may occur in FBT coupler. So the first loss is excess loss. As I told, it is a scattering loss in the fiber is called as excess loss. It is given by ratio of input power to output power. Ratio of input power to output power measured in dB. Here what is input power? We are making 4 port as 3 port. We are considering only port 1 as input. Port 2 we are leaving it. Port 3 will be the output. Port 4 will be the output. So the formula will be 10 log base 10 P1, port 1 is input, divided by output ports. What are the output ports? Port 3 plus port 4. So the definition is ratio of power input to power output. P1 divided by outputs are P3 plus P4. Input power will be P1. So the formula will be P1 divided by P3 plus P4. Next, second is insertion loss. Insertion loss is considered for particular port to port optical path. Port to port optical path we are considering insertion loss. Here we are having two outputs. One is port 1 to port 3 we are getting the output power. Port 1 to port 4 we are getting output power. So the formula will be 10 log base 10 port 1 power 1 divided by port 1 to port 4, or and second one is 10 log of base 10 P1 divided by P3, second output port P3 port. Next is crosstalk. The next third loss is crosstalk. So what is crosstalk? You generally go for telecommunication. There when you are calling two persons, if one person is called for another person, if it is due to some technical issues, if it is go for another number, what we are telling, it is cross connected. Like that here also what happens, this is input power we are launching in port 1 because we are considering only port 1, but what happens, this power will be scattered back and received at this input port. That ratio we are calling it as crosstalk. So it is the ratio of back scattered power received at port 2, received at a second input port to the input power. That's why the formula will be, what is the second port we are leaving? P2. So P2 divided by P1 input power. If we considered instead of port 1, if you consider port 2 as an input and leave port 1 as we are not considering, the formula will be P1 by P2. So here, since we are considering P1 as input power, we are not consider port 2. So the formula will becomes the ratio of back scattered power received at second port P2 divided by input power P1. Next, the fourth formula is a split ratio. This indicates what is the power coming at output port 1, that is 4, and what is the power coming at output port 3. So if you add these two, we are getting total power. So how much power is splitted here? Split ratio, it is measured in percentage. So the formula will be P3 divided by output ports P3 plus P4, or 1 minus P4 divided by P3 plus P4. Both formulas are same. You can use any one formula for calculating split ratio. For both formula, the answer will be same. So you need to remember any one formula, P3 divided by P3 plus P4, or 1 minus P4 divided by P3 plus P4. Next, we will solve one problem regarding to FBT. Okay. A 4-port multimode fiber FBT coupler has 60 microwatt optical power launched into port 1. The measured output powers at ports 2, 3 and 4 are 0.004, 26.0 and 27.5 microwatt respectively. Determine excess loss, insertion losses, they are given plural, between the input and output ports, the crosstalk and the split ratio for the device. So this is the question. So what is the given data? They are given 4 ports, they are given what are the powers measured at output ports, and the input power launched is 60 microwatt. Because in the diagram P1 we are launching the input port, so P1 power launched is 60 microwatt. The output power at port 2 cross back power will be 0.04. In port 3, what is the power we are getting is measured is 26. In port 4, the power measured is 27.5 microwatt. This is given data. What you need to calculate? You need to calculate excess loss and insertion losses. As I told, insertion losses means port to port you need to consider. We'll go with the formula. And the crosstalk and split ratio. We'll come with first one. Excess loss is equal to 10 base log of 10 input divided by output, ratio of that. So 10 log of base 10, input power is 60, output will be 26 plus 27.5, it will be 53.5. So excess loss we are getting 0.5 dB. Next, insertion loss you need to calculate 2. As I told, port to port we need to consider port 1 to port 3, one output ports, port 1 to port 4, second output port. Input port will be port 1, output port will be port 3. Input port will be port 1, output port will be port 4. For both cases you need to consider losses, they are given insertion losses, output ports they are given, 2 ports are there. So for both 2 ports you need to calculate P1 by ratio of that, P1 divided by P3. Input power launched is 60, P3 if you are considering means the power measured is 26, you have the ratio, we are getting 3.63 dB. For second case, port 1 to port 4, so P1 by P4, P1 is 60 microwatt and the P4 is 27.5, we are getting 3.39 dB. Next, you go for crosstalk. Crosstalk means ratio of back scattered. So P2 we are not considering, so P2 divided by P1, ratio of that. P2 is given in the data as 0.004. P1 is launched, it is given as 60 microwatt. So if you apply that and calculate it, crosstalk will be minus 41.8 dB. Next, the last is split ratio. Split ratio is given by P3 divided by P3 plus P4. If we are representing in percentage, that's why we are multiplying with 100. It will be 26 divided by 53.5. So we are getting 48.6 for one port, other port will be 51.4. If I add these two, we need to get 100%. You can apply both formula, the answer we are getting is 48.6%. So here in FBT, what is the advantages is observe the excess loss. The excess loss you are getting is zero point 0.5 dB, should be very much minimum. But whereas in semi-transparent mirror method, the excess loss ranges will be from 1 to 2 dB. So in practical cases, we'll go for FBT instead of semi-transparent mirror method. So this completes. So students, this completes your optical fiber connect